Today is December 30th, 2023. My name is Clayle, and you're watching a very special edition of Small Batch News. This week is a special one here at Small Batch News. This is the week I get to announce and celebrate the return of one of my favorite companies, the Bearded Racc. On September the 23rd, it was announced that the Racc was closing due to some medical issues with one of their children. But the date of January the 1st was soon set for its return. That day is fast approaching, and it's all systems go for the grand reopening. I want to explore the company with you today and give you some of my thoughts on the experiences that I've had with the Bearded Racc. But first, I want to quickly go over some things happening in the bearded world, particularly the round robin reviewers. Go Bearded has completed its turn in the round robin. Both the Chief and Kyle have given us their reviews of the oil selected. It looks like Acadian Ascent Top Bayou Bigfoot as the overall favorite, with the oil itself getting high marks from all reviewers. Both of the new reviews are available for viewing on their respective YouTube channels. You can find Kyle on the Bearded Brood and Tattooed channel, and Chief at his Bearded Chief channel. As always, the links to all 5 round robin reviewers will be listed in the description below. The next round starts with Kevin Pope of the Blue Collar Bearded channel. Next up is Lucky Boy Beard Co., and the 2 scents chosen are Get Lucky and Rise and Shine. And for the first time ever, the guys will be reviewing a balm and a butter, both unscented. The first video will be released on Tuesday, January the 2nd at 7 a.m. Central Time on the Blue Collar Bearded channel. Until then, Kevin has released his top 5 of 2023 video, where he lists his top 5 scents and top 5 feel and beard companies for 2023. To me, this is a must-watch video. Paul LaPierre is still releasing his How Did They Hold Up series, with the last video being an older scent from Voodoo Men's Craft called Ronin. I personally think this is one of Paul's best. His excitement when the scent held up after a year and a half was awesome. And more importantly, the products themselves, how they held up, was particularly interesting. Make sure and read the description on all of these videos. He gives his full conclusion of the products there each week. It is hard to find someone with Paul's articulation of products. All 5 round robin reviewers are valuable resources to choosing products for small batch companies. I'm not going to steer you wrong when it comes in the wrong direction when it comes to small batch companies, and I'm not going to steer you wrong with reviewers either. These 5 men are the cream of the crop of small batch reviewers. They're good at what they do, and their knowledge of products and scents are unmatched in my opinion. Brian and Meredith Shadwell originally opened up the Bearded Racc on September the 7th, 2022. Leading up to that date, Brian gained inspiration and knowledge from a group of great men. Some of them you may know. Men like Austin Anderson, T.J. Brown of the Bearded Squirrel, Jason Dunning, and Rob Billings. These men Brian considers friends. It's amazing to me that these men helped Brian unlock such a wonderful gift. Brian's main goal is to make people happy. That really shows up in the quality of his products. Both his Emu blend and his regular blend are among the top blends you can buy in my opinion. Brian is meticulous about his carrier blends and his scents, because ultimately he wants you as a customer to be happy. Happy about your purchase, and happy when you use his products. Now, I ask a lot of the owners I talk with, what are your favorite scents to work with? Brian's answer was my personal favorite so far. He said he likes dark stuff, woodsy, mossy, and earthy, which gets my attention immediately. But it's what he said next that really spoke to what I want in a scent. He said, and I quote, I like a proper dirty scent. I didn't know it before that, but I want a proper dirty scent. When I asked what his favorite creation was, he said he had connection with all of them, but Stay Classy because it was his first, and Going Rogue because when he created it, he wanted it to represent himself in a bottle. If that's the case, I would say that he accomplished his goal, because Going Rogue is a beautiful scent, and Brian Shadwell is a beautiful man. Now the rack opens up again on Monday, and with this reopening comes some new things, as well as some sales and possibly some surprises along the way. First Frost will be re-released on the 1st and be available until the end of February. It is Frosted Pine, Winter Chill, and Flannel. It was originally offered as a Black Friday freebie, but the folks loved it so much, he brought it back for a while so that they could have it in the oil and also the other products with that scent. Also coming soon will be the BBU scent based on Brother Spencer Jackson's winning profile suggestion. And as soon as things are finalized, Brian will release a super limited scent for a special fundraiser. The name of the scent is Bandit, which was the name of my first dog as a child. Now the scent profile will be kept secret for now, but hopefully we will know it at the time of Bandit's release. The charity is something dear to Brian and Meredith's heart. It's a local animal rescue named Opie Acres. Opie Acres helps possums and raccoons, as well as other wildlife, while they need rehabilitation and love. 100% of the proceeds for Bandit will go to Opie Acres because this is a place that Brian and Meredith love. I will own a full slate of whatever is offered with Bandit. I love the name, and I know whatever the profile is, it will be uniquely Brian, and I expect that to be wonderful. I also love that the proceeds will go to Opie Acres to help the other raccoons, the wild ones, I mean. As I'll talk about in the feature segment, I love the Bearded Racc. I love how the oils feel in my beard. I love that that cologne is offered. I love the strong, long-lasting scents. But most of all, I love the customer service, because it was through his customer service that I got the opportunity to meet such a genuinely kind man. Brian Shadwell cares about people. To me, that is what I look for in a friend. Him being an owner of a great company that sells great products that I use is just a bonus for me. Now, for the featured segment today, I wanted to give you a brief rundown of my history with the Bearded Racc and how I came to love them. First of all, I heard about the Bearded Racc on the BBU. Brian is a moderator or admin of the BBU. I believe he's one of the founding members of the group. But my first purchase, which is amazing to me, was Going Rogue. It's not very often for me that I buy my favorite scent from the company the very first time, but this is my absolute number one. Hardly ever changes. If it does, it's only for a day or two. Going Rogue is the epitome of mossy, earthy, woodsy goodness. I love Going Rogue, as a lot of you know. My second purchase from Brian, I was on the BBU talking about Going Rogue and how much I loved it, and guys in the comments were talking about Off the Beaten Path and how it's wetter and stronger, and I really wanted to try it, but it was not offered at the time. Like I say, I came late in the game with the Bearded Racc, probably a couple of months before he closed down. But Brian commented on that post and said that he still had the ingredients to make Off the Beaten Path, and he was willing to make it for me. So I placed an order for, I think, Going Rogue, and messaged Brian and told him that the order was actually for Off the Beaten Path, and that's what I got. And I can tell you, It is stronger and it is wetter. It does have leather in it, but I have to wear it to work only. That's okay. I'm fine with that. It's still a wonderful scent. The last purchase that I purchased from Bearded Racc, I heard some guys on the BBU again talking about Falling for You. I didn't hear about it until after Brian and closed, and in my haste, I ordered it, and I felt horrible. I apologized over and over again for it, but Brian was very gracious, and he made me Fallen for You. Wonderful apple fallen leaves scent. It's got a great earthiness to it. Again, strong, long lasting. Everything that I have from the rack is that way. Now, the purpose of today's small batch news is to help create the buzz around the reopening of the Bearded Racc, as you could probably tell. I want to encourage all of you to pay the website a visit. Just give them as much traffic as we can give them. If you have the means, please purchase from the Bearded Racc. You will not be disappointed. They are wonderful, wonderful products. The blends, again, work very well in my beard. The scents are strong. They're great. They're unique. You will love the Bearded Racc. Give them a try after Monday, the 1st of January. Thank you so much for joining me today on Small Batch News. It's a very special edition to me. The Bearded Racc is definitely one of my favorite companies. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for supporting me through all of this. After the 1st of the year, there will be some changes to Small Batch News. We will only do Small Batch News on the 2nd and 4th Saturday of every month. So look out for that. I will do some periodic videos in between, but Small Batch News itself will only be on the 2nd and 4th Saturdays of every month. Again, thank you for joining me today. Please like and subscribe and comment down below. Give me any suggestions that you want. I will take them to heart. Thank you very much for joining me. This is Small Batch News for today. Stay bearded, y'all.